Welcome to Blade HQ, everybody. It is near the end of 2024, and it is time for our Best Knives of the Year video.
It is, George, and we have done this before, as you guys know from last year, but this year we're gonna make it a little bit different.
Yeah, so let's talk knives and get into it.
Let's do it.
So Sarah, I've been involved in these videos for a few years now.
That's true.
And I read the comments from them. I look at what people talk about on Reddit. Boy, do they have some discourse on Reddit. Weird place. But
Yeah.
they always have a problem, and that is, what does best mean? So what does best mean to you?
It can mean a lot of things. Is it like most popular? Is it best materials? Is it something that everyone's buying? Like, who knows? It's different to everyone, I think.
Yes. So whatever your definition of best is, first of all, perfectly valid definition, and hopefully we have like 4 different lists of best, depending on what your definition is.
It's true.
And there's a giant pile of knives right here, like so many. And they're all gonna make it here eventually, but let's talk about best knives.
Yeah, let's do it.
So the first list we have is of the best-selling specific items at Blade HQ in the year 2024.
Yep.
And this is like, you guys voted with your dollar and these are the best. And this is the logic that we used for years and years. And this is that list. And it starts with number 10, the mini cocktail Wiener Warrior.
I love it. It's our mini rendition of the standard Wiener Warrior, which you guys all know and love.
And we'll probably see again on this list.
Exactly, but smaller, more pocketable, fun little twist. As you guys know, with the Dessert Warrior, we did the same thing with the Kalashnikov, so we had to.
Yep. So, mini Wiener Warrior, awesome. Next up, the Kershaw Iridium.
Oh, another classic, George. We love this knife.
Yeah, well, don't talk too much about it because number 8 is also the Kershaw Iridium.
I would have thought. There's 2 of them on the list.
Yeah, but I think it's Dessert Warrior outsold the regular because who doesn't love pink and sprinkles? Right?
Exactly.
Yep. And then next, also from Kershaw, we have the Oblivion.
Oh, nice. A little assisted opening.
Yep, I think the reason this is so popular is because it was on sale all year for a really great price.
Yeah, that's fair.
Big steel handle, G10 inlays.
People were grabbing those.
Lots of fun. Then number 6, we have the Kalashnikov Tanto Dessert Warrior.
Yeah, I like that. Cool blade variation for this one. Probably one of my favorites.
I think I'm a dagger guy.
Yeah, just the traditional.
Yep, that guy, followed by the Smith & Wesson M&P OTF.
A big boy.
A big boy, single action, and once again, I think this might be the cheapest OTF that you can get.
I think
like
so.
Solid and everything. It's a single action, basically no blade play, which I think is quite impressive.
That's cool.
Charge it, it's awesome.
I like it.
Cool beans. Then I had to get a sub for this one, is the Spyderco Manix 2 Lightweight.
Oh,
The one that won it, do you want to take a guess which one it was?
well, it was the M4, right?
Yeah, it was the
Our
M4.
mint one. Yeah.
That one that was also on crazy sale. It was like $130 got
That's
you that thing.
amazing.
And they're all gone now. Y'all bought them up. So we have this guy. This one was also on sale, the Maximate version.
I love the Manix.
The Manix. You're saying that's your favorite Spyderco.
I think so.
It's really awesome.
It's so good.
Yep. Then for number 3, we are taking it back to the Dessert Warrior with the Elementum 2.
I love Elementum. That's probably my favorite Dessert Warrior rendition that we've done.
Really?
I think so.
High
I
praise.
love the button lock. I love any button lock knife. I'm obsessed, so
Yes, I tell you,
There
you
you
guys like button locks.
it's true.
Then next up, I think it's because it was on such huge sale, is the Gerber Mini Paraframe.
Ah, a baby.
I think it's still on sale for like $8.
I think so. It's a really good price for a nice little knife.
Yep, lots of people love this one. It's a great first knife for somebody.
Yeah, and stocking stuffer too.
And stocking stuffer. And the number 1 bestseller was the Wiener Warrior. And this one is the one we did with the
yeah, the cute
zero
little
feud
beads.
beads. Those were fun.
I love the way that looks.
Yeah, it's a good time. But yeah, Wiener Warrior, best-selling knife of the year. Now,
I like it.
this list has a problem, Sarah.
Tell me, George.
Of the knives on the table, how many were either on sale most of the year
Yep.
or are Dessert Warriors or Wiener Warriors?
Pretty much all of them, George.
I think the only one that was not on sale for much of the year and is not that fashion is that Iridium.
Yeah, I agree.
So not that these knives are bad or anything.
Yep.
They're awesome. We love them all.
Yeah.
We're glad that you guys love them, and we hope to see them sell in the years to come.
Absolutely.
However, are they really the best?
To some, maybe not.
Some. So we've built another list. And that list is the best-selling knives of 2024 by model. So we'll reset the table and we'll talk about those. Starting this category, number 10, best-selling model of 2024, Spyderco Paramilitary 2.
Another good one.
A classic.
Yep.
Never been a Desert Warrior, though.
I know, which is sad.
Maybe
Well, no,
someday.
they had the.
They have the titanium
scales.
scales. I
Yeah.
think there's some chroma scales, too. But
Yeah, exactly.
We've never got the blue blade.
I know, sad.
Be cool. Maybe we should get a blue-bladed PM2. Like
be
even
pretty
just black
sick.
with blue.
With like some Cerakote on it, that would look so good.
Yep. Next up is the Benchmade 940.
Ugh.
And I think the reason this one's on there is for a couple. First of all is this one with the Magna Cut blade and this beautiful
The copper.
copper aluminum.
Yeah, that one looks really good. And the Jade has been on sale for the last few weeks, so.
Yep. Anyway, great year for 940 fans. Now I just want that 943 back. Benchmade, please. Please. It's so good.
Maybe one day, George.
Maybe one day. Number 8 is actually already on the table. Spyderco
what you
Manix
got?
2. The whole category on this guy.
Okay,
So
Spyderco.
This one included, in fact.
Love
Although
it.
the bell of that ball was that mint
The
M4.
M4, yeah.
Yeah.
This video is only telling me I need to get myself a Manix.
I think you do. Yep. And then next up was the Microtech Ultratech,
Yep.
a perennial bestseller, and the first time I've ever seen this whole model series go on sale was this
I know. Well, it's because he has the new one coming out, or came out, so there you go.
Yeah, but over Black Friday, my goodness, did these things move.
They went crazy, which
Yep.
makes sense.
Yep. Next up is that Smith & Wesson M&P again. Ka-chink. Oh yes.
Yeah, that one's cool.
Yep. It's the right price. It's the right OTF. Who doesn't love it? Okay. Then there is the Benchmade Bug Out. We all knew we were going to see it somewhere on this list. It just sells so well, guys.
Look at you, you got the exclusive version. That one's probably one of my favorite makeups of it.
Yep, and this one was also on sale this year, and I think
Yep.
that helped give it the higher rating.
Oh, exactly. But that one's always going to be on the top list anyways, so.
Yep. Yeah,
No surprise.
Next up, also on the list, is the Kershaw Iridium.
Oh, give you that
This
guy.
one has really sold again. So this was our #1 selling new knife of 2023.
Yes, I remember that.
So many people bought Iridiums, and so
yeah.
many more this year.
Exactly. They're still buying them. They still will keep buying them, so it deserves a spot.
What's not to like?
Exactly.
Yep. Then we have the Civivi Elementum once again.
Is that guy?
And this is across all versions of the liner lock, the button lock, the fixed blade, the gravity knife thing.
The utility blade?
Utility blade, yeah, we'll talk more about that
there
in
you go.
another list as well.
Yep.
Very exciting on the Elementum line. Next up is the Kershaw Livewire.
Oh, I love this one. We just had Jim in talking about this, and amazing knife.
It really is. They did a
Yeah.
great job, and I think the reason it sold so well this year is because of just how many variations there have been, as well
Oh,
as the big
so
sale
many.
over Black Friday.
Yeah, they do all the different colors, blade steels, makeup, so.
I especially like this Ultim. They polished it just right.
Yeah, the Ultim looks awesome on this knife.
Oh yes. Very nicely done, Kershaw. And the best-selling model of 2024. Yeah, it's not even a surprise. It's the collection.
Any guesses? Oh, there you go. Ah, yes.
And I was looking at
have a
numbers.
few.
Like, it was not close.
Really?
So Livewire was #2.
Okay.
And then at almost quadruple the number of knives sold was the Kalashnikov.
Dang.
People
That's
gobble that thing up.
crazy. I mean, this thing has been a bestseller for years and years and years and years, though, so.
Yep, and I really like that as a nice pivoting point because most of these, like Elementum, years and years and years, Bug Out, years and years and years, Ultratech, M&P, Manix, all of these are perennial bestsellers, and that's a problem with this list, is
Yeah.
this, I mean, some critics might say, oh, this list is just uninspired because it's all the same awesome knives we've seen for years and years.
Yeah, exactly.
And once again, you guys voted with your dollars, and you bought these, and I can't blame you, they're awesome, but
Yes.
I have another list for you. So next up, we're going to reset the table and talk about the best-selling new knives of 2024. So these are models that came out this year. So, best-selling new models. These
Yes.
are models coming out this year, starting with number 10, the CRKT Minimal X.
Oh, I remember when Ryan was here talking about that a whole year ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, people loved it. So it's the Daryl Caston design, you might know from D-Rocket. Small, and apparently this has some roots to SpaceX.
I think so. I think hence the name Minimal X.
Yeah, it kind of has that same vibe, the gunmetal gray,
Yeah.
and this really chiselly tip. It's fun.
It is cool.
Well done, Daryl. Well done, CRKT.
Yep.
Next up, Benchmade with the Adira,
Oh, one of the waterline.
the
I
king
love
of the
that.
water line.
That one's cool. It's super rugged. use it on your boat. You can do all your hard tasks with it. So I think it makes sense why it's one of the best-selling new models. And the waterline made waves in the industry. So I think that it definitely deserves a spot. I mean, people were picking these up like crazy, especially in the fishing industry, so.
Yep, and in this video, this is not the end of the waterline, you will see.
It's true.
But this one is really awesome.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the Kershaw Trace.
Okay.
I will not lie to you, I did not know this knife at all until I was doing research
I
for this
haven't heard
video.
of it since right now, so.
Yeah.
That's cool though.
But it's a great looking knife. It's from sort of the starter series, a nice assisted action. And what I think people love is it's a big handle that fits the hand really nice, and it's got tiger stripes, and who doesn't like that?
It's giving like Kershaw Blur, but a little maybe more budget oriented.
Yeah, but seriously, you guys bought so many Kershaw Traces.
Hey,
And rock on.
people love Kershaw.
Yeah, love it. Next up, this is one that really surprised me.
All right, let's see.
We have the O-Light O-Tackle U1. Oticle?
Oticle?
Oticle.
Okay, interesting. I've never seen this one before.
Yeah, so we got a crossbar lock. We've got a little thumb actuated tightening system to keep the blade in. You get full access, carbon fiber, and this thing's cheap. It's like less than 40 bucks.
Wow. Okay, so just another utility blade, but I like it. Nice little square handle, probably fills the hand out pretty well.
Yep. By the way, this is not the last utility blade on the list.
I like it. Yeah, we will see more.
Following up that one, we have the Riot XOU.
Oh, I love the XOUs.
Yeah, I need to get one.
I know, they're cool. They're very small, easy to throw in your pocket, a lot smaller than the standard models, and an easily switchable blade.
Yep, Cooper, our HR guy, carries one every day, and I'll hear him just...
Because how could you not fidget with it when you have one all the time?
It's just hard not to.
Exactly.
Yep, so great job, Riot, on that one.
That one's cool.
Followed up by my friend Zach's knife, the Civivi Yonder.
Wow, that one, it had to have been pretty predominant to grow in the ranks that far.
Especially for how late it came out. I feel like...
It was only a few months ago, right?
Yeah, maybe October?
Like around Atlanta? Blade Show Atlanta?
Yeah, so props to Zach for making a design that's that appealing, and also props to Civivi for making enough quantity to make this list.
Yeah, that's cool. It's definitely different for Civivi with the crossbar and the thumb studs, so.
Yep, it's a great one. Zach in the Wild has a really cool video. Go check it out.
Yep.
Learn all about it. Next up is Kershaw with the Launch 18.
Oh, I like that one. I don't really see much of that one in terms of like the other Launch series, but I do like it. It's a little bit smaller than some of the larger ones.
Smaller, more EDC-y?
E-esque? EDC-esque?
Everyday carryable.
There you go.
Yep, very nicely done. I believe we have CPM 154 as all of the Launch series are given to have, although they're getting some upgrades nowadays. Yeah, very exciting from Kershaw. Man, Kershaw's like owning these lists. I feel like every single one has had multiple Kershaws on it.
Hey, they're doing something right.
But I hear you already. There's only one curtain. No, there's two already. Never mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the next one is also a Civivi.
Oh, another utility blade.
Elementum utility. So that's 3 utility blades on this list.
Yeah, you know, I feel like a lot of brands took maybe one of their more stapled knives and threw a utility blade on it, which why would you not? That was kind of one of the fads this year, is utility blade knives.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Yeah, I was talking to my next door neighbor who's an electrician, and he was like, yeah, I mean, knives are cool, but I just use a utility knife all the time. All I want is that. So if you can get me a cool utility knife, that'd be awesome. And I'm like...
You're like, EXO?
I can help you, man.
There you go.
Yep. And then next up, Kershaw with the Launch 19.
Oh, yes. I still remember this one as well from the video all last year with Jim.
Yeah, I was pretty pumped about this
I
guy.
love the handle on this one. It's a lot different than the monochromatic handle that they do on a lot of the other launches. So I was excited for this one. You guys were too.
Yes, and you bought a lot of them.
It's cool.
And then number 1 was Kershaw Bel Air.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Kershaw is stomping right now.
Yeah, so
I love that one.
40% of this list was Kershaw.
Oh,
And 30% of this list was utility knives.
exactly.
And the other big trend I noticed is crossbar locks.
Yes.
We got 4 of them.
I mean, that's a popular opening and closing mechanism. I love the crossbar. It's so easy to use, and I think that's why people love it so much.
Yeah, boy, have they gobbled it up. But there's another thing I've noticed. Of these, I think all but 3 of them are below 100, and all but 1 of them are below 200.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
I think one of the reasons they sell so well is because economics of pricing.
Yeah, just the way the knife industry is right now.
Yes, the lower the price, the more people can afford it.
Yeah.
So does that mean these are the best or the best balance of quality to money?
You tell me, George.
Well,
it seems like you might have another list coming.
I have another list. We have the most wish-listed knives. So these are the ones people wanted the most. So we'll reset the table and we will talk about the most wish-listed knives of 2024. All right, most wish-listed new knives of 2024, starting with number 10, the Benchmade Intersect.
That one's cool.
Yeah, this is my favorite of the water line. It's just the right size.
It is small, and they have a very intuitive clip on the sheath there, which I appreciate.
Yep, great for the belt or the pocket. Bites really nice. What I like is it's reversible. You can put it on this side if you want to go belt, but it comes out of the box ready for pocket.
Yeah.
Magna Cut blade, USA made, life sharp guarantee. What's not to like?
It's a winner, that's for sure.
Yep, next up, Spyderco Bodacious, named after a bowl.
I like the Bodacious. Nice and big. Fits in your hand really well. It's a longer handle.
Yep, this one, I was talking to Eric Glesser. This is sort of the EDC version of the Shaman. I still like the Shaman better, but boy, did y'all like that Bodacious.
I know, they're very similar, which is I think why people like them so much, because it follows the same contours and look of the other popular Spydercos.
It's a bit slimmer though.
Yeah.
Very nice. Next up, AGA Campolin Dragonfly.
Okay, this is a surprise.
Yeah, I was surprised to look at this one too. So it's like what, 80 bucks, and it gets you this really interesting gravity knife.
Yeah, it's very different from the Exos, which is what a lot of people are used to seeing from gravity knives. So I think that's why it stood out so much.
Yeah, kind of a cool folded steel handle and guard system.
Yeah, and they also have the all black version too, which
Yeah, and like
I'm sure
some
they both.
camos, and
Yeah, that's true.
people do love them a Dragonfly.
Those are cool.
Next up, another Redux. We have the XOU.
Where is it?
It's right
Here
there.
it is.
Yep.
Oh, there it is again.
Yep, people love the XOU. And what's not to like?
Yep. And utility blade.
Yep, and the next one, number 6, is the one that really surprised me.
Okay, I'm interested.
I didn't think I'd see this brand anywhere near this list. We have the Kunwu Knives Chad.
Oh yeah, that's the one before filming that I was like, I'm really surprised to see this. But that is such a good knife.
It is. So Kunwu, first of all, buttery smooth.
Yeah.
Great value too. And this one has PM60 blade steel.
It's really nice.
67 HRC is what, I think 67.5 is what Alex Garland at Outdoors 55 measured it at.
Yeah.
That's stupid hard.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, and it's just such a cool knife.
I love the thumb studs on these. It's a little elongated, so you can really make sure your thumb is catching. I appreciate that from them.
Yes. So Kunwu, keep up the good work, team. Like, you make awesome knives and the world is noticing.
Yeah.
All right, next up we have our first of the honorable mentions. And these are like, by some manner of speaking, this is new this year, but maybe, and all the honorable mentions, by the way, are either from Microtech or Spyderco.
Oh.
Because they came out with a lot of stuff, including the Hera 2, Hera 3.
I guess the Hera 2. Hera 2.
Hera 2, yep.
Yeah.
And this one, like if you consider it new, is new this year. And the big name in the game is that dual fuel system.
Yeah.
It's so smooth. Microtech really added the innovation. The other cool thing, one screw, that's all.
Yeah, I love this one. I think the contours of the handles on this are so nice. I love how it kind of has the waves that go in and out, so you can really grip it well when you're using it. Love the slide, it's so smooth, and it's just an awesome knife. I love, Microtech does great with their OTFs, as we know.
Yes, man, they've been doing it so long.
Exactly.
But the official number 5, the not honorable mention, because this is actually full-on new, is Civivi Yonder.
Yep.
You guys really wanted this the second it was announced, and then it came out, you bought the heck out of it, and it sold out, and we're getting more, and you're gonna buy the heck out of it again. It's the way it goes.
Yeah, exactly. We've talked about this one a lot through a bunch of different videos this year, so.
Yep.
I saw it coming.
Yep. Next up, Kershaw Launch 18 once again. Is this little guy right
There you go. Yeah, I like that one.
A lot of you guys wanted this the second you saw it too. And the thing is, like, Kershaw's usually really good at having stock when stuff is released.
Yes, they are very good at
So you
that.
bought it, it sold out, and then a ton of you added it to wish list, so.
They're still waiting for it.
Very impressive. That's sort of a theme we see here, is stuff that had a lot of hype.
Yeah.
And the fact that Kershaw's made this list multiple times, even when they, like, the day of announcement dropped, dang. Because
Well, yeah.
instead of adding to wish list, you could just go buy it, right?
Exactly. I mean, a lot of these brands make sense. These are all knives that were so popular that they sold out, and people are like, I'm gonna wait for the next drop. And maybe it came, maybe it didn't.
Yep. Now the next honorable mention is the Combat Troodon Gen 3. Kind of the new handle, Torx hardware, M390MK. It's a Combat Troodon.
Yeah.
It's a known and loved design, just a little internal upgrade and some fancy new stuff. It's an upgrade. Is it a new model? Who knows? Honorable mention.
Hey, we'll take it.
Yep. Then following that, we have Benchmade Adira once again.
Okay,
A
very
lot
interesting.
of people wanted this guy.
I'm surprised to see it so high up on the list. Not that it's obviously it's an amazing knife, but just
Yeah.
being a very specific application knife, I'm surprised to see it so high.
Yeah, and what I was most impressed with the Waterline in general is, like I said, specific application knife.
Yeah,
But it made quiet waves.
it did.
Like, we didn't spend the whole year ranting and raving about water. Like, we talked about it a little bit, and then we talked about it as it came up. But behind the scenes, this thing killed it. You guys
It
love
did.
this knife.
Yeah, they all did. I remember all the knives at one point were pretty much sold out. So
Yep.
there you go.
None of the fish crafters made the list, though. I think those ones are a little
Those
too
are very
niche.
specific for sure.
Yep. All right. Next honorable mention. Please don't beat me up. This one isn't mine. I borrowed it from a coworker. This is the Ultratech ZBT. And
Oh.
this is the new one with the zero blade play.
That thing is so solid and so clean. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, and I'm impressed because this listing is fairly new. It's only like less than a month old, right?
Yeah, it just came out like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I think Wednesday before Thanksgiving
Yeah.
is when this knife officially
So less than a
dropped.
month. There you go.
And it has already risen that high. Is it new? Who knows? Honorable mention. Love it.
Well, that's a good one.
Next up is the Kershaw Mini Iridium.
Another Kershaw.
Yeah, super heavily wish listed on this guy. And my goodness, has Kershaw been doing a good job as of late.
Oh yeah, it makes sense. They just came out with new colors of this one as well, so they're gonna keep feeding it down your guys' throat.
Yep, and I don't know when you're gonna see this video. We shot one with Jim McNair, and he talked a lot about the team at Kershaw and like
Yeah.
how every step of the way there's a ton of people who care. And you can just see it by the knives themselves and by how much impact they make in the industry.
Oh, exactly.
All right, next up we have two honorable mentions.
Okay.
The first one is out of stock and I don't have it. It's the
take that one
Paramilitary 2
instead.
Salt. And the reason I thought maybe you could construe as a new model is because the Salt, which will flash up in a thing here, has this new texture on the G10.
Yes.
And a Magnacut blade. Is it really? I don't know. Honorable mention. You can pick that
deserves
fight in the
it.
comments. I really like it though. It sold out really fast. And the other honorable mention is the LUDT.
I love that one. It's cool. It's a lot smaller than some of their larger, like the amphibian. What's the one you have? The
I have
MSI?
MSI. Yeah.
MSI.
I have both an amphibian
But
and MSI.
just with me, female hands, I like it. Super comfortable. It's got the grit on the handle, so that thing is not going anywhere. And obviously this is made for underwater demolition.
Yep.
So if you have gloves on, you're gonna be able to use that.
Yep. Very exciting on that one. And the number one most wishlisted knife of 2023 is, once again, it's not really a surprise here. It's the Bel Air.
Yeah.
And I say that disappointed, but seriously, this knife rocks.
It's so good.
Super slim. I love the aluminum handles
Yeah.
and that carbon fiber one that just came out.
It's very smooth too, which I love that for them.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's beautiful.
Yep, champagne aluminum, a paper-thin Magnacut blade with a really tall flat grind. So the steel is tough enough to take whatever, and it will
Yep.
just glide through cutting stuff.
Yeah.
Super deep carry pocket clip, nice texturing, just so well thought out. Kershaw nailed it.
Yeah, they did. I remember in the video last year when Jim announced this with you, I immediately was like, that's my favorite knife on the table out of all their new releases. And it still to this day is my favorite of the Kershaw lineup, I think, next to the Iridium. And you guys have also made that true, so.
Yeah, and I'm excited for what the future holds with this one. Just recently, we got some new colorways. I think we got a red one and a really good-looking blue one.
Oh.
Yeah, Jacob Miller, the
have
copywriting
not
team
seen
leader,
that.
got it. It looks way good. You'll have to go check it out.
Interesting. Okay.
But that means, according to two of these lists, the best knife of the year is the Kershaw Bel Air.
There you go.
Congratulations, Kershaw.
They did it. As deserved. Kershaw, such a well-known brand. They make phenomenal products, so.
Yeah, I think that's been the
job.
big theme of this, is Kershaw.
Yeah.
My goodness, have they been doing a good job.
Yep.
Yep, so tell us what you think. Do you like this list? Are there any definitions of best that we didn't cover? And whatever they are, what do you think the best knife of 2024 was?
Yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed this. It was a little bit different like we said, but we hope to do more like this in the future. So like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.
I don't want to breathe that.